getting critical. It's definitely getting critical out here. They serving niggas with lawsuits and shit. And damn, you got niggas talking about he was trying to line the motherfucking Mexican up. He wasn't really aiming at the dude. And yeah, this the shit these podcasters ain't telling y'all. You know what I'm saying? They ain't tell a lot of these motherfuckers ain't never been to the feds though. A lot of them ain't never been to the feds. A lot of them don't know nothing about how the feds work, how third party cooperation work, how a motherfucker just jump on your case and start working with the prosecution against you and willing to testify to get time down because these niggas got life sentences and all type of shit. Supposedly they say homie out here serving niggas lawsuits behind this shit. This is what I'm saying. How you gonna sue me and it's documented though? So let me tell you, if a motherfucker sue you in open court, then what else is it to talk about? If you sue me in open court, you'll go to the you'll get on the stand on me because that's basically what you're doing in open court. If you suing me, you'll get on open stand. Ain't no different than that. If I got to go to a defamation and all that, and you'll sue me in open court, you'll sue me. You'll go to the police on me, right? And that shit work. But anyway, look, man. Right, I've been seeing a lot of podcasters on here running with this story. Now, mind you, my podcast, you know what I'm saying, broke this story years ago. It never flew. We had put it up with the initial person, not even Papa Lot. Shout out to Papa Lot. Not even him. Before him, it was somebody else out of Detroit who got the story from Cuff Gallon. And he was on there detailing everything. His daughter was on there. Dude, he interviewed the daughter um, and everything. And they blew down on dude, made him take his page down and tried to kill the story. This was years ago. So Cuff went on Papa Lot and did it again. You know what I mean? He uploaded the video again about 6 months ago, but he did it before, back in like 2018. But I caught wind of it in 2017. Dude been trying to get this story out for a long time. Long time. Now everybody just jumping on it because 50 got involved. But Cuff been trying to get this story out since like 2016. And you can go back and look. It was a dude out of Detroit. And the dude was out of Detroit actually. And they was able to get to him and get him to take the video down and all that. This is before Meech even got out. This is around the time people was rumbling, talking about he was coming home. Cuff jumped on there and did the interview and tried to out him then. And they shut the video down. I had watched it. And I forgot the name, man. His channel ain't even up no more. But that was the first interview Cuff did years ago. So he had been trying to get this story out for years. Before the BMF story, before 50 jumped involved, and all this. I'm going to tell you something about that, too, how 50 knew. But my last stint in the government isolation, that's what we call it, his paperwork was floating around the prisons. And an ex-member of his had Cuffy's paperwork. Some of it. He didn't have it all. Because in the feds, how it works is if you're hot, they take your paperwork and they make copies and they send it to all the other federal prisons, BOPs, FCIs, and they send that shit around. That way every prison you go to, your paperwork is there already. And then that determines if you're going to hit the yard. Most times, you're not. They're going to put you in a hole for maybe about 6 to 8 months, maybe a year. What's going on? And 6 to 8 months to a year. And then they send you to the hole. You sit back there for about 9 months. and then they send you to another prison, and it just follows you. When you go home, you can be out for maybe 10 years, 15 years. You catch another federal case, you go back to jail, it still follows you. See, this is the part that the government don't tell you when you sit down and cooperate with them. That your paperwork is gonna follow you forever. Okay, um, you don't you can't escape it. It's a life sentence. Okay, cooperating with the government is a life sentence. Now I think that done picked up traction on the streets. Um, Back in the day, they eliminated informants on the streets, so motherfuckers were scared to do that shit. But in the feds, that shit follows you forever. But they don't tell you that when you get in the rooms and they tell you to cooperate. You get to saying this about this person and giving up information on this person. They don't tell you that that shit follows you forever. So there's no getting out, coming back 10 years later, and it's just, oh, no. No, because a lot of people in the feds ain't going home. A lot of them are not going home. So they're going to remember when you were there before and if you were right or you were wrong. So it follows you forever. And the reason why I'm saying that is because they were checking Meech in prison. That's why they kept saying he was getting in altercations, because they was getting in altercations about this situation with him. So everywhere he was going, they was blowing down on him about what's up with this situation with your homegirl and dude. So he would get sent to the hole, and that's why he gave the girl his life rights and a power of attorney, because he was getting checked in everywhere he went. He had to leave the compound. He wasn't no good until he got to a stop where, how would you say it? They call it rat camps, but camps where a lot of people cooperated on. And he was able to come out. But when he was going to them pens and all that, Meech wasn't on no compound. Meech was in a hole. And he was getting checked in. Um, so the dude had been trying to get this situation out for years. Everybody's just jumping on it, running with it, because a lot of people are monetized on YouTube. And it's the more views you get, the more money you make. You know what I'm saying? The more likes you get, the more your videos algorithm, the more. So everybody's jumping on it now that 50 jumped in it. But he had been trying to get this story out for years. This ain't nothing new. And this the part that be irking me when I be seeing this on YouTube. This ain't nothing new. Okay? He's been trying to tell this story for years. He just never picked up no traction. For one, people really didn't know what he was. For two, he was. For two, he didn't have a name like Meech had. In his city, yes. Worldwide, no. Meech is known all over the United States, maybe the world. So they were able to squash it. Okay? Then Blue Da Vinci come home. He throw Blue Da Vinci under the bus with J Diggs. Shout out to J Diggs. J Diggs put it in the record. That take off. Okay? So when that take off, Blue Da Vinci unleashed the worms on this, which Blue knew already because he was dating a girl first. Okay, boom. So now we're gonna fast forward to now. Okay, I seen he did an interview with my own Dollface. Shout out to Dollface. Um, it's crazy because they just got served a subpoena. I mean, a lawsuit behind all that. Whatever, but that's not the first interview he's done, and he didn't even get into full detail with him. In the other interviews, he get into more detail what happened. So, Meech was in the county jail, okay, fighting this case. He was looking at a lot of time, all right. Um, I think he already had was sentenced, or he was about to get sentenced. And like I said, he never wanted to take the time that he took. His brother made him take that time. He didn't even want to take that. So he meets a Mexican. A Mexican just had beat the feds, so they want him. And that's one thing about the government. If you beat them motherfuckers, they're gonna keep trying. You better go legit. You beat the feds, you better go legit. Because they're gonna keep coming. They're gonna keep sending informants at you in all weights, all shapes and sizes to get you. Right? They'll even go into federal prison and get a motherfucker to say that they did something, you told them something to get you re-indicted on another case. They do not stop. Okay? So they wanted the Mexican bad. Okay? He knew they wanted this Mexican bad. He looking at a 30-year sentence. He gets his time. The Mexican stays in touches with Meech. But by this time, he done went to prison. So he's in prison. He doing his time. Now, when he first get to prison, yes, he was on the compound. He was cool. He meets the girl. She gets in touch with him. They get to writing each other. Somebody must have told him, because Meech had never been in prison. So somebody told him about the third party cooperation. I know that's what happened. He was on the compound, walking the yard with somebody, and they told him, yo, you can get your time cut. And he's like, well, look, you get somebody on the outside to do some work for you, and you won't be in the paperwork, but you'll get the credit for it. Now, my name won't be in it. He already had new old girl had cooperated before with her dude, the Terry White guy. Got him 20-some years. So when they get to corresponding with each other, come up, yo, you know something about Woo to Woo? She probably was like, nah, but I can check into it. I still talk to homeboy who the agent. Okay, well, look, so I need you to do, I got a number for a Mexican, because that was the initial target. Because remember I told you, the feds wanted dude because he had beat him in trial. He's willing to do anything I ask him to do. He a cartel member. I know he's still fucking around. Whoa. Boom. Cuff wasn't even in no mind yet. Now, mind you, once he start corresponding with the girl, his man, Cuff still, hey man, what's up with my brother, man? How you doing? Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Cuff was on the streets. That was his little money on the streets to be. Cuff was sending me money in prison. So, okay, he run around with the script trying to get the movie done. To meet some revenue in jail, because when you're in prison, you can't make no legit money on the streets. It's against the law. Now, you can have money and get it sent in, but you can't have no occupation by being incarcerated in the federal government. They're not going to allow it. So, boom. Okay. So now, she on the other end dealing with dude with that. So he ended up signing his rights over. Now, when you sign your power of attorney over, she damn near like your lawyer. See, this is the part he can't get around. You signed your rights over to a government informant. You knew it. You knew she busted the nigga Terry White. You knew that. And you signed your life rights over and the power of attorney. Fuck the life rights. That's business. You signed the power of attorney, so even a lawyer damn near can't represent you because she got the power of attorney. They got to talk to her to deal with anything that got to do with your case. This is the part he can't get around. This is the part people are missing. It's two parts. This is one of them. If you sign when your lawyer represents you, right, you're basically giving your lawyer the power of attorney. That's why it's called power of attorney, which means in a court of law, they can represent you. You gave your power of attorney over to a federal informant. That was his first mistake. Boom. So she gets in touch with the Mexican. Yo, I'm Meech's homegirl. I got his power of attorney. Anything got to do with Meech, you contact me. Bet. They develop a little relationship, and she break, yo, what's up with that this situation? Meantime, she's dealing with Cuff too, trying to get this shit filed. Cuff, so Meech tell her, yo, Cuff fucking around too. Oh yeah? Okay. Just so happened one day, she on the phone with the Fed. Cuff calls in. Hold on, let me click over. This is Cuff. Cuff? You know Cuff? Yeah, that's Meech's guy. Oh, can you get him? I already been trying to work on the Suarez. Oh yeah. I linked the Suarez motherfucker up with Cuff. Them two gets knocked. Gets me the time cut. And that's what happened. So she pairs Cuff up with the plug. Meech Cuff don't want to do it at first. He denied it. Nah, man, I'm not doing that shit. I'm cool. I'm trying to do this music, this movie shit, da da da. You deal with dude, you deal with him on your own. Until Meech calls him and say, bro, I got a new line. We still can make that thing happen. First he told me, I ain't trying to do it, bro. I do the movie shit, try to get this movie done. We got a couple motherfuckers sitting down talking to us about it. Right. But we still can do what we've been doing, bro. Keep it moving. This is my man for 30 years. He got 30 years. It's my man from the sandbox. How many of y'all gonna tell y'all man no? Mind you, he's in jail. He's doing 30 years. If this movie script don't work, he has to eat. How? He can't get employed on the street. Okay? If the movie shit don't work, how is he gonna get money? I'm taking care of him at this point. How? You gonna do it? It's your man from the sandbox? You gonna do it? You don't think your man gonna cross you up? Whole time this nigga got an ulterior motive. My thing was, I think he was mad Cuff didn't get caught on that case. I mean, he felt like, nigga, you was running with us too. Why you ain't get jailed? And that's how some motherfuckers feel. That's how some people feel. They feel like, oh man, you been running with us, you been doing all this shit with us too, and you ain't in jail. Why you ain't here? Even though you ain't had nothing to do with it, shit. Pair them up. They get to talking. Suarez and Cuff. She on the three-way because she paired them in. Whole time the feds on the line too. Jam them both. But the fucked up thing was she was having a relationship with the fed. Because the one agent that was working there retired. So she get paired up with the black agent. Her and the black agent start having a sexual affair. Boom. They get pegged for it. They get paired for it, So once they get paired for it, it's on the bracket now. Boom. So they get paired for it. Bam. Now, Cuff ain't no dumb nigga. When the indictment come, I get my indictment. Boom. Okay, now this motherfucker Suarez on here with me. We had a couple conversations. CSI 1. On this date, this phone call was me. That's the day I talked to homegirl. See, they might don't put the names in the paperwork, but you know the day you made the calls, or you know the days you made the dealings. So you know who that person is. Okay, so this is broad that I met through bruh. Right? And then why bro here is my co-defendant too. But he my unindicted co. So you didn't even get a re-indict. So you should have got a superseded indictment in the feds with me. I'm on the street, they come snatch me up. The Mexican, they come grab him. Why don't they supersede indict you in the feds and snatch you up too? This don't make no sense. Cuff ain't no idiot. Okay? Man, follow that hoe. See what that hoe went to. So it's people, Cuff ain't no dumb nigga. He ain't no broke nigga. So they start following the girl. They find out the girl having a relationship with the Fed agent. Go to court, they subpoena, they send it, the lawyers send the shit to the DA. Hey, your confidential informant one, did you know she was doing this? So now the BOP and them start investigating her. Oh, let me see your phone. They grab her phone because once the indictments and all that shit hit, you got to submit all motherfucking records as far as phones, any audios, any videos. You got to submit that to the court. So they go through her shit. See these new photos in the bed with homeboy. This the agent. Oh, we got a problem. So now they like, oh, okay. We want this Frank's hearing now. Because now we want to disclose all the evidence now. All the evidence. We want all the evidence now. We want to disclose all. And I got a right to motherfucking basically press my accuser. Right? Boom. Because he wasn't the only one got indicted. His brothers and them got indicted too. Boom. They get on the stand. When she get on the stand, she tell them, look, I'm scared for my life. Y'all got to clear the courtroom out. I ain't doing it unless the courtroom is cleared. They clear the whole courtroom out. She get on the stand. Did you have an affair with the Daisy? Yes. They going to the Terry. What was the purpose of you doing this shit to the Terry White guy? Oh, well, I had no monetary gain. You know, we was in a relationship. I caught him with a girl. I got mad. I knew what he was doing. Some of his business dealings. So I turned him in. So you didn't get no monetary. Nah. But they paid me $50,000 for doing it. Oh, so they paid you. Yeah, they paid. Oh, so you was a federal informant on the salary? Yes. Okay, so what this got to do with Mr. Gatlin and what this got to do with Mr. Suarez? Well, I did this to get Demetrius Flannery a time cut. Whoa. Hold the courtroom. Wait a minute. Hold on. Mr. Flannery is in jail doing 30 years. Yeah, he was aware of all of it. He was the one that supplied the number to Mr. Gatlin and Mr. Suarez while he was in prison. So wait a minute. You were cooperating with Mr. on Mr. Demetrius Flannery's behalf to get Mr. Gatlin and Mr. Suarez indicted? Yes. Here go the motherfucking recordings. Here go the audio. There you have it. What? Well, you know, by you having a sexual relationship with this agent, you fucked the whole case up, right? Hey, tell her this on the stand. You know that, right? Because now your credibility is shot to hell. Because you're not allowed. So what they do, they go disbar the agent. They indict him, kick him off the force. Now this case with her is dead. But the problem was, Meech thought he escaped, but you're still in their paperwork as an unindicted co-conspirator. Meaning, us three did a crime, two of us is in jail, and you didn't go to jail. But you're on our case as our co-conspirator. But you didn't go to jail. You didn't get a superseded indictment on this situation, and you brokered the deal. Right? No different than if we go rob a fucking bank, right? And one of us get killed in the fucking bank. They're going to charge us with that murder. Why? Because you was with him when he got killed, and all three of y'all went in that bank to rob it, but one of y'all died. So we charging you with the murder. It's a fact. Okay? That you can't get around that. Okay? This is why the concert was canceled. Because there's certain shit you just can't explain. Facts. Okay, so now, boom, he sits back in jail. Case is blown up, but now they got Cuff's phone tapped. So now they got Cuff doing other shit on his phone because his phone is bugged. So they're like, okay, the case with Flannery is blown up, but can we get him on something else? What they do, they get him on the case he's in jail for now. They indict him for some other shit, some other crimes, some other murders. They find out about some guns, all this. Blow down on. No, we couldn't get you on the Meech shit, but we got you on this. We got you dead to right on this, brother. We got you on audio talking about it too. You and your siblings. So you gonna take this 27 years and you gonna plead to this gun that we never found. but we know it was used for this crime. It's called a ghost gun. And you're going to plead to this 27 years. But they don't get him on nothing if she don't submit the shit to the feds as far as the wiretaps and agreed to cooperate to get this nigga a time cut. Because if they would have got convicted on that charge, Meech would have came home. They would have took him back in court. And this is another thing. He lucky. Because if he got convicted, they would have to take him back in court. Put him in front of a goddamn jury, in the courtroom, swear him in, and give him the time cut under the court of law. There ain't no way around it. No, now you might not been in the paperwork, but in order to get that motherfucking credit off, downward departure, 501k, safety valve, they gotta take you in court and give it to you in front of a judge, prosecutor, and whatever goddamn counsel you got. And it's on record. So we lucky they didn't get him, because he would have been on that. But you still can't get around being his co-defendant and not getting a superseding indictment. Doesn't happen that way. The feds are going to indict everybody who's involved unless you fucking cooperate. There's no way to getting around that. I don't care about he didn't know. He had to know because she was his fucking power of attorney. So he knew everything. That's out the window. Okay? She was his power of attorney. Fuck life rights. That's just some movie shit, show shit, and business. That ain't shit. You can get that to your wife. Giving you your power of attorney is basically his fucking counsel. She speaks for him. She's working for him. Can't get around that. That's why 50 said the worst thing you could have did was cross her when you gave her your power of attorney. Why? Because there was no use to have an attorney. Because he took a plea. He can't get a downward departure. He can't get time off. He didn't go to trial. All his rights are gone. They tell you that when you take the plea. So how you going to get a downward departure? How you going to get the safety valve? How you going to get any of this shit? And you took a plea. They tell you that when you take a plea, you lose all rights. You don't get no time off. Unless it's good time, that's it. Drug program, that's it. That's all you getting. You can't get no downward departure, no safety valve, no 501k. You can't get none of that. Time cuts, you can't get none of that shit unless they change the law or you cooperate. It's black and white. Everybody trying to spin this narrative about other shit. No, man, stay in the line. You know how you be driving and they give you the driving test. They tell you to stay in the line. Don't sway to the left. Don't sway to the right. Stay in the line. The only way you could get a time cut for the federal government, you have to either get, the law has to change when they made cocaine and crack 1-to-1, because it was 100-to-1. 1 gram of crack equal to 100 grams of cocaine. They changed the law, made it 1-to-1. Obama did that. Shout out to Obama. He changed the law, which got a lot of niggas off a life sentence. So that's the only way you can get a time cut. Because they changed the fucking law you got sentenced under. They changed it. Or you cooperate. There's no way around it. The feds don't give you nothing for free, bro. Nothing. They barely give you a toothbrush and a blanket in that motherfucker. They don't give you nothing for free. And if you sell drugs and you in that motherfucker for selling drugs, you got convicted for selling drugs, guess what happens? You gotta get a restitution charge. So then you can't even get done for pre-form. They taking all your money because you on. Because they said you made money selling drugs, you owe us that. Right? So now, situation's blowing up. Now this is 2015. Somehow she gets in touch with 50. 50 said, you know what? I remember them niggas. And I fuck with them niggas. I fuck with them niggas. The truth, that's who I am. I'm the truth. I fuck with them niggas. I fucked with them niggas tough. I didn't do business with them niggas. I was scared to do business with them niggas. I was scared of it, but I fuck with them. I like their situation. I fuck with y'all. She like, well, Cuff done did some shit to where we really can't take it to the big screen. Oh, yeah? All right. Well, I got stars. We'll take it to stars. I done did all this shit with power. Do the BMF shit. Cool. So they launched the BMF shit. So now he's sitting back, okay. He thinking the situation over with the shit Cuff. With Cuff, all right, fuck it, we just gonna do the BMF shit. I'm gonna get out, boom, 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 boom. Meantime, Cuff steady trying to get his story out because he's sitting in this bitch for 27 years behind some wiretaps they got behind this broad that I ain't even got nothing to do with. I'm just trying to help my man. I get caught up in some bullshit, get 27 years about a whole nother case that they won't even know about if it wasn't for this bitch. Boom. BMF story coming. He's still trying to get it out. They shutting him down. Now niggas coming home from BMF. Now they done spent it, put it on Blue Da Vinci and all this. So Blue break the shit. Yo, y'all know about Homegirl? Y'all know about this nigga was fucking with Homegirl? And how this nigga was got his man jammed and from St. Louis. And so niggas' eyes is peeking now. Niggas' ears peeking eyes. What is this? Whole time BMF. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3 come. And I'm going to tell you how 50 knew. In Season 3, this last one, because it's coming on Season 4. In Season 3, because in Season 2 they go to Atlanta, I think. Yeah. I stopped watching this shit, man. Once I found out and read the nigga, and that's another thing. Cuff paperwork was in the feds, too. Alright? I read it. Alright? It is what it is. You know, shit was just extracted on it, but potatoes is in there. So, Season 3 comes. Meech goes to St. Louis. Right? And in St. Louis, he runs into one of his homeboys he was good friends with. Right? They got his name spelled. It ain't Cuff, it's something else. It's almost rhyme with it. But in St. Louis, supposedly the boy, Cuff's brother gets kidnapped. They hold him for ransom. They say Cuff wouldn't pay the ransom in the show. How did 50 know about Cuff? You feel me? It's in the show. Go watch the episode. It's the dude from The Wire playing Cuff. He playing Cuff in the show. And they in St. Louis. He try to hand Meech a gun. Meech like, I don't want the gun. Nigga, this is what we do. That's what he telling him in the show. But it's Cuff. It's Cuffy in the show. How would 50 know that? So he knew. But 50's a smart man. He knew. And he was holding it. Just in case this nigga crossed me. I got him. I got him. Me so blind from coming home. Headlights is on, they big as hell. I'm Meech, nigga. I can do what I want. Now I'm out. No. And your worst mistake was taking a picture with his enemy. And everybody don't owe you nothing. He owe him everything. Fuck is you talking about? See, that's another thing. That's some shit a disloyal motherfucker say. Meech don't owe him nothing. He owe him every fucking thing. No telling where that boy's son had been at if he didn't put that boy in the goddamn movies and in that goddamn show. All right? The BMF name was slandered. They was checking them niggas in every prison they went to. I know. I was in the feds around that time. When they came in, they was checking them niggas in because half the niggas was hot. They was checking them in every federal prison they went to. Yeah. Their name was shit in the feds. Pure shit. They was labeled as rats in that bitch. Because half them niggas was telling. Alright? That's a fact. So no. Maybe on the streets, might have hold with it. In the feds, they name is shit. They ain't no stand-up niggas in the... They ain't labeled no stand-up niggas in the feds. That's a fact. Them niggas is labeled as rats in that bitch. Because them niggas was telling. And there's about 60 of them niggas on that case. You got the niggas that was indicted with the Meech, and you got the niggas that was indicted with Terry. And them niggas was telling. You know what I'm saying? They label Detroit niggas as rats. Majority of them niggas be rats coming out of Detroit. I ain't saying this to slander Detroit because I'm a Michigan fan. For real. And I live in Ohio and I'm a fucking Michigan fan. But them niggas in the feds is labeled as rats. If you don't believe me, ask motherfuckers that been to the federal penitentiary about motherfuckers from Detroit. All their motherfuckers' paperwork is bad. And BMF and them niggas wasn't no different. YBI boys, all them niggas was labeled as rats. Butch Jones, them niggas was rats. Yeah, cooperating. Yeah. Bones. The hitman motherfucker was running around with the fucking what was the brothers' names? Best friends. Yeah, the hitman. Cold Rat. Toe. White boy Rick. Toe. Now these all motherfuckers from Detroit. Now, you know what I'm saying? Cheddar boys, all them niggas. Toe. Niggas got 401ks all through their paperwork. This ain't nothing new. This is facts. You can look this shit up. Yeah. Yeah. Niggas be getting down. So, ain't no mystery to that. So 50 knew. He knew the whole time. And when he seen that picture, he said, why the fuck would you cross me? And you know I know. You know I know this brother's an informant. I did legit business with her. And you know, I know you got down. That's why he narrated that video when Meech came out and said, I ain't never folded, never will that before this. Nigga, you did. You sent Cup to jail. How you know that, Fifth? You knew already. But 50 he's a mastermind. I fuck with 5. He kept it in his hat. As an insurance card. That you gonna play fair. And the minute you cross me, I'm gonna expose you. And I'm gonna let the public determine what you is. I'm just gonna put the information out. And I got Tammy on the side of me, and she gonna tell the truth. She got all the wiretaps, all the affidavits that Cuff filed, every time she testified in court about this case, and every time she talked to you about setting these niggas up. She got it. And you crossed me and her. So what happens now? You see that goddamn concert got canceled. Yeah. Because these rap niggas ain't got no law. Once you went bad, once the public say you bad, you bad. You got to prove you're not. So they got it now. So the concert, and I was supposed to go down there too. I told my manager, we ain't going. I told him that a week ago. Cancel my flight. He called me last night. Bro, you said I told you it was going to cancel it. Cancel. 5 has got power, man. Don't believe that shit Ross saying, man. Don't get me wrong. Ross getting his own money. Getting money. He got money. But he ain't 5. 5 is on the big screen. Whether y'all know it or not, 5 was just behind the last Then the Thieves getting produced on the big screen. He ain't in the movie, but he behind the production of the movie. Why you think he was promoting Then the Thieves too? He behind the movie. He was in the first one. All right? Like, come on, man. Stop playing with this dude. Just because Ross on social media as his face value more than dude is, that don't mean he got the power. Bro just bought all that land down there for a fucking, to produce a goddamn studio down in New Orleans. Dude on a whole, and this is my part. This is where I think he fucked up at. You didn't even need Ross for that show. 50 could have got you a fucking international show. He's still touring international, bro. Ross ain't fucking on touring international. 5 is still touring all around the globe. I've been lining myself up with something. I'm gonna line myself up with him. We put my son in the show. He got my family to be able to eat more than I could while I've been in jail doing all this goddamn time. All right. I seen what he did to my brother when he cut him off. All right. I'm sure 50 hit him off when he seen him in that when they took that picture. I'm sure he did. Cause that's 5. He ain't no greedy nigga. Look at Lloyd Banks and all them. All them niggas was rich. Now, all of them didn't follow the program he laid out for them, but every one of them niggas was rich. When they went platinum, they got their money. When Banks went platinum, he got his money. When Bucks went platinum, he got his money. Like he said, ain't none of them niggas gonna say I ain't paying. None of them. I pay Buck taxes. None of them niggas ain't gonna say I didn't pay him, bro. Then I tried to rekindle this shit with him by dropping a couple more records with him. And these niggas still was on some bullshit. To the point when I was like, man, fuck it, I ain't dealing with these niggas. So none of them niggas can say them niggas didn't get paid on G-Unit. Game got paid. All these niggas got paid. Where they at now? Only one thriving is Yayo because he loyal. By default. He don't no matter what, Tony gonna be with him at the end of the day. That's why Tony on stage with him touring. Like Tony just said on the Vlad interview. You know what my checks look like being this nigga hype, man? Now, still, I'm rich. Uncle Murder, I'm rich. And we touring still. I'm rich. Should have stayed with 5. I would have stayed with 5. Ain't nobody come save me but 5. I'd have stayed with 5. For sure. Nah, Ross, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. Because you had a problem with the nigga saying he was Big Meech and Larry Hoover in that song. I ain't forget that. The nigga Meech made a statement, who the fuck is this nigga Ross putting my name in the record? I remember that. That's why Ross ran down on him and got him to do all that shit with the car show, because him and Larry Hoover had a problem with them putting that name in that goddamn song. So y'all was kids for that. I wasn't. I remember me say, hey, yo, man, why the fuck this nigga got my name in the record? Ain't nobody put my name in the record but Jeezy. But Jeezy. Then 50 went at Jeezy for you. Yeah. Went at Jeezy for you. And Jeezy was coming to see you. The nigga ain't got no loyalty, man. That's just basic bottom line. You gonna burn your man that you did down on you for years. You gonna burn the motherfucking Mexican that was looking out for you. You ain't got no fucking loyalty, bro. You talked all that loyalty and shit in that video. You ain't gonna never see a crew like us before. That's a goddamn lie. Because when it all came down to it, you ain't got no goddamn loyalty. Period. I don't give a fuck what they say. I don't give a fuck how they feel. The facts is the facts. You meet a motherfucking Mexican that didn't know you from Adam, that was sending money to you, trying to help you any way he could. You got a man that you was in the sandbox with that was trying to help you any way you could, and you burn them. Then a nigga who put your son on a big screen where y'all could watch it in the feds with your headphones on, because in the feds, you ain't got no headphones, you can't hear the TV. Ain't no audio. You got to get your headphones and tune it into the channel. See, niggas don't even know that. You got to tune it into the channel with your headphones to watch the fucking shows. So y'all watching y'all son, you watching your son, and you get out and take a picture with the, and do business with the nigga enemy? You a fucked up nigga. You a fucked up nigga. And anybody that say that he don't owe you shit and all that, y'all some fucked up niggas. Cause he owe him everything. That's why his son don't want to fuck with him no more. He said, you fucked my whole fucking career up with this shit. You owe him everything. That's a fucking lie. It's a lie. So that's who I am. I'm the truth. I ain't like these other motherfuckers on here that's gonna give you the narrative. He did it. He did it. He know he did it. That's why he trying to reach out to Cuff now. Cuff ain't going. I ain't going. You can't pay me enough to shut me up at this point. It's on now. You had Man, you had ample opportunity to do that shit when you was in jail with me. Doing all that time. You didn't think about trying to squash the shit then. Now your reputation is getting scarred because you home and you trying to get into... I ain't got shit to talk to you about. Go talk to that hoe that got me sitting in here. That's what you do. It's too late now. We can't revisit that. They threw the case out. I already got my time for this and I can't get a time cut. You can't do nothing. You can't pay me enough. Do none of that. Period. I've been going for my family all this time and I can't do shit about it. Period. No. Get the fuck off my line. And that's what Cuff told him. Get the fuck off my line. You had the chance to do this shit. You could have been killed all this shit years ago. But did you do it? No. You was thinking about you. No, nigga. And you was mad I was on the streets. You was jealous I was on the streets. So you put me in this motherfucker. Behind this dirty asshole and this dirty ass agent. And you got me all this goddamn time. Fuck you. Get the fuck off my phone. And that's what he told him. I don't want to talk. Fuck is it to talk about now? Nigga, you telling me you ain't had nothing to do with it. Now you want to talk to me about this shit? Fuck out of here. Nah, bro. It's on now. And these interviews gonna recycle for generations on out. Now, the cat's out the bag, homie. And this is the real. So, I'll go click on all these other channels and listen to these motherfuckers. And if they don't show you the paperwork, don't believe a motherfucker just his opinion. What I'm telling you is facts. And if you think I'm lying, look at my interview and then go look at the people that read the paperwork. Go look at our prophet. Because I got on his ass. And guess what? Somebody sent him a fucking 100-page document and he changed everything he said. Right? They got another older motherfucker who was in the feds who reading off all the motherfucking affidavits and the Frank's hearings and same shit I said. And all I said was this. There's no way you're going to be indicted with me and I go to jail and you're my co-defendant and you don't. Ain't no way around that, bro. It's only two ways that can happen. Two. One, you cooperated, and two, you cooperated, or you will be in here with me. You gave them something. Period. For you to be my co-defendant and be my unindicted co-conspirator, meaning you didn't get indicted, but we co-defendants. There's no way around it, bro. So I made this video because I'm tired of the lies. And I'm tired of the narratives. See, this internet only speak on narratives. And when it's a fact check, they say, allegedly. Fuck the alleged. Fuck the alleged, dog. Ain't no alleged when it's facts, bro. Alleged only come from fiction. The facts is the facts. And the facts is, he got with that broad who got with the agent that was the head prosecutor agent on their case to get him a time cut. Because he didn't want to do 30 years. And that's the end all be all. And I broke this story over 4 years ago. And I revisited it about 7 months ago on our podcast. And I had Cuff talking on the podcast. Go back and look. Money Talks Podcast. Yeah, Cuff was on there himself. Tell the whole story. Not this half shit he telling out, because he been talking about it so long. He tired of talking about the shit. He tell Dogface, look homie, this is it in a nutshell. But in other ones, he tell you the whole situation. Everything. They even tell you the case that Suarez got beat the feds on. Motherfuckers don't even know that. I know what the case is. That he beat the feds on and walked home on the shit. See what I'm saying? Other motherfuckers ain't gonna tell you that. I know what the case was. Ain't my business though. I said it on the podcast. Go back and look. Ain't even had that many views on the show at that time. I got more views now on this live than I did on the podcast. That's why we're gonna revisit it. This is why I did it. This is why. Because there was so many podcasts then. It was just so, it was just, it was so many motherfuckers doing podcasts that it was hard to distinguish fact and fiction. So I said, you know what, we're going to go live. I'm going to give it to my fans and my viewers personally, directly, straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? And so that shit's so watered down. And there's so many podcasts in that we got looked over. But we going to revisit it. We still have it. I just did it personally now. But go back and look at my podcast. Go back, type it up. Money Talks Podcast, Big Meech cooperated. And you'll see the video. And you'll hear Cuffy tell you yourself. But see, you're talking to a person that's seen the paperwork. Because it happened in 2013. Okay? That's when the case, his paperwork already had hit the fucking feds by 2011. Because it was already in play. See what I'm saying? So I read it. I came home telling niggas, hey man, you know, they trying to say it's bad paper on them. Nah, me took a deal. No, this shit. They don't know nothing about third-party cooperation. Then I just put a video up, and I try to do that for dudes for educational purposes to let these young motherfuckers know how dirty these motherfuckers is. I just put a video up yesterday. I don't know dude from Adam. I got his video. I seen the story. I put it up. Dude said he was robbing drug dealers. Yeah, he did. For sure. No doubt. For sure. Dude said he was... This is fucked up. Dude said he was robbing drug dealers in New York. He said, I got prosecuted from the Northeastern District of New York. Okay? If y'all don't know what that means, when you get indicted from the feds... Okay, when I got indicted for the feds in Ohio, it was the Northeast District of Ohio. Okay? So, you got different districts. You got the Northern District, you got the Southern District. Okay? And that's how every state goes. You got a Northern District, you got a Southern District. Okay? The West goes, you got an Eastern District, you got the Western District. That's how it goes. So, dude said, I went to jail. I got indicted from the Northeastern District of New York for robbing drug dealers. He put the clip up. Robbing drug dealers. Okay? He said, I went to trial. He didn't take no plea. He said, the Fed said in open court. This is how dirty these motherfuckers is. This is why Trump trying to get rid of these motherfuckers, because he knows in 4 years, they coming back after his ass. Because once you get indicted from the feds, they got up to the end of 99 years to come back and get you. The indictment don't go away. It ain't like the state. They don't dismiss it with prejudice. It doesn't go away. They can revisit that indictment 99 years later. As long as it was filed. Okay? Not an investigation. The indictment was filed. And in Trump's case, both federal indictments was filed on him. So they just put it off to the side. So he's trying to limit the government and knock down the government. That way in 4 years, they won't be able to come back and repick his case back up. And he'll be fucking dinner 80. They froze that too. Anyway, because somebody knew what the fuck he was trying to do. That's why he just tried to indict New York, because they convicted his ass. What's going to shoot his points down, because he got 34 convictions. So when the feds come and hit his ass and he going to get his guidelines, his ass going to be... Oh my God, they gonna dog dude. Anyway. So boom. Dude say, I go to jail. They indict me. They say I was robbing drug dealers. He said in open court, the Fed said, I was robbing drug dealers of their drugs that they were putting on the streets. So I was stopping them from being able to put their drugs on the streets. Right? This is wild shit. Right? Which is a fact. So I guess he must have been robbing informants and shit. And they told the informants, told him, yeah, this motherfucker robbed this, that. Which I know about that. You rob an informant of their drugs, they will blow down like, yo, them is our drugs, motherfucker. And you rob one of ours. We want that shit back. I done seen that done. Anyway, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. So anyway, he said so he in court. He like they're like, yeah, he was robbing drug dealers of our drugs. I'm like, damn. Then a motherfucker called his prosecutor, who was in the feds, said he told them he agreed to cooperate from the feds for his freedom. And all he had to do was get on the stand and say, he told him in jail he was robbing drug dealers. Got on the stand, said that in open court, and got out. Got out. Nigga jumped on this case from the feds. Yo, yeah, homeboy told me in jail he was robbing drug dealers. Oh, yeah, you'll say that in open court? Yeah, I want to get out, though. Bet. Said in open court, let this motherfucker out. The boy got 20 years. 20 years they gave that boy. 20 years. And the fed said in open court he was robbing drug dealers of their drugs. Then he had a fucking informant jump on this case from jail and say that he told him he was robbing the drug dealers. He got out. He got 20 years. These are games they play. And they use them in all shapes and sizes, bro. That's why they said them motherfuckers is making $80,000 a year. Because without the informants, they ain't got no case. That's how it go. And you don't know who working for the feds, bro. And they all through music, entertainment, movies, all that. You can see that now that 10, 15 years ago, you would never see a show on TV called the FBI. You can't trademark that name to be able to put a show out. It's illegal. It's owned by the government. DEA, FBI, none of that. You can't. Unless the feds putting it out themselves. They're in entertainment now. You cannot put that acronym out. It is owned and trademarked by the government. So how do we got a show now called the FBI? Then on regular television, then every show is a cop show, federal show, or a firefighting show. All on television, Monday through Friday. It's FBI, CIS, all these motherfucking cop shows. It's on television now. Or it's a fucking Dancing with the Stars or another motherfucker singing with a costume on. None of that. Ain't no shit on like we had, like MacGyver or nothing. That shit's gone. You gotta catch that shit on premium cable now. Regular television is owned by the government now. Yeah, they're in it. They're in entertainment. They're in entertainment now. That's what it is. Music industry and the film industry ain't making the money no more that they can pay them off and keep them outside. No. Ain't nobody going to the theaters no more. Everything is going on streaming. Nobody's buying CDs no more in the United States. Everybody's streaming. Everything is streaming now. And the streaming don't make enough money to keep the feds on the outside not coming in like they did for so many years. They pay them to keep them on the outside so they can do their little inside dirty work and they ain't have to worry about the feds looking at them. Well, now they're involved. That's how you're getting all these moguls getting indicted for all these crimes. Because the feds are involved in the music industry, in the film industry, and entertainment now. All around the board. That's what's happening. Because they're not making the money that they used to keep them on the outside. Why? Because I'm in entertainment. I know this. That's why. Feds are in, they're involved. Okay? They got more snitches in the entertainment world than damn near anywhere else. It's how this how it's been for years. I think Tupac and Biggie was under surveillance the whole time they got killed. They was watching it. Till they got taken in front of Congress and said, y'all the police. You're not allowed to sit back and watch a crime happen and not stop it. So now, if you're under investigation, you want to know if you want to under investigation, get in the shootout. In a week, they'll be to holler at you if you're under investigation. Yeah. But especially by the feds. I ain't talking about the state, the federal government. If they're watching you, you think you're being surveillance, stage a shootout, they'll be to holler at you. They're going to shut the case down. They're going to come get everybody. Because they got taken in front of Congress for sitting back, watching crimes happen, and not stopping them. And then when they come indict you, now they got you on all these crimes, all these murders and all that to sink you. Yeah, on this date y'all did this. On this date y'all did this. Now you go to court, you like, damn, they got me on fucking 30 murders. But you motherfuckers sat back and watched this do it and ain't stop it just to be able to get the conviction? A guaranteed conviction? Government told them, nah, you ain't allowed to do that no more. So if you know a crime is about to happen, you better stop it. So you get in the shootout in less than a week, they'd be to holler at you. That's just free game. And I'm going to sign out with that. But like I said, I broke this story years ago. It's nothing new to me. It's just funny that I'm watching all these other podcasters and interviewers scrambling, trying to get this information and posting this shit. And this shit been out. It's regurgitated. It's been out for years. And motherfuckers was worrying about what the hell was going on when Outpo this shit was out. It's been out. And it's just sad that it takes 50 for this shit to blow up. And this is a man's life. He's been trying to tell this story for years. So, Cuff, if you see this, I know. I heard you years ago, man. I listened to the video. And it's sad because dude lost his channel behind this shit years ago. I don't know where dude at right now. I forgot his name, man. Shout out to him. If he see this, he know what I'm talking about. He did an interview with Cuff years ago. He did it with him, his daughter, his wife, and they shut that boy down. Shut him down. Took his channel, he deleted his channel and all that. He got death threats and everything behind that. Half the niggas from BMF wasn't even home when he did that interview. Then they get on there and talk about Blue Da Vinci. Man, listen. I'm going to touch on this before I leave too. Yeah, Blue debriefed. He did. Yeah, Blue debriefed too. But this the thing about Blue though. Blue didn't get jammed with everybody else. Okay? He didn't. When all them niggas got picked up and all that, Blue didn't get jammed. He was on the run. They didn't catch Blue till 2 years later. So once Blue went in there was nothing he could tell him because everybody already told. Everybody already told. So what nothing he could say. He didn't tell about the limo. That came out in paperwork. It was somebody else. They tried to put that on him because he was the only one on the street. And they said, well, Blue the only one on the street. He had to do it. No. They had over 80 motherfuckers on that case. But it came out. Go read the paperwork. Who told about the limo? He didn't tell about the limo. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up because they put that on him and he didn't do it. The limo was already, by the time Blue was grabbed, they already had grabbed the limo. It was already done. It was already in their paperwork. He was the last one to get caught. You know what I'm saying? And how he got caught, they didn't even have him. How he got caught was somebody told on him. That's why it took him 2 years to get him, because he wasn't even on the case. They only knew him as the rapper. That nigga told them that he was hustling. The same nigga who told about the limo. Told on him. But they spinning this narrative and all that. But yeah. Did he try? Yes, he tried. But wasn't nothing he could tell him because he got caught 3 years later. 2-3 years later. Everybody else was sentenced already. They already made their deals. So he coming through afterwards. By the time he came through, them niggas was in their parent already. Yeah. His lawyer said that in court. He couldn't get no information because he didn't know it. Some of that. So, I ain't got no dog in the fight. I'm just telling how the feds work and how the laws work. And half these niggas always say, well, I've been to the state, I ain't never been to the feds. So you don't know how they work. You don't know that a motherfucker will jump on your case in the federal prison quick. Run straight downstairs, get on the phone. Hey, man, I got some information on this motherfucker. Call the federal agent that was on my case. Um, and tell him this, that, and the third. I'm willing to cooperate. Yeah. Yeah. I need a time off. Yeah. Because them niggas doing forever and a day in that bitch. For sure. And with that, I'm gone.